Being one of the best paid sportsmen in the world, Lewis Hamilton knows how to give himself luxury gifts. And today, the 7-time world champion, who already has over 100 victories in Formula 1, has 3 exclusive garages. One in Monaco, where he has his usual residence, another in London, the city where he grew up, and the last one in Los Angeles, a destination he loves and usually visits in his free time. According to the British media, the Sun, the Britain's expensive collection of vehicles, is valued at 13 million sterling pounds, above $17.5 million. As a true celebrity, the Englishman spares no expense when it comes to buying exclusive cars and can even request a special design, as was the case with Pagani, who, at the express request of the Mercedes driver, made him a Zonda 760 with the manual gearbox. Hamilton says he knows nothing about wine or art, but he knows a lot about cars, and he is very demanding of them. His off-track training is evident because he has a clinical eye when it comes to choosing his cars. Since he came to Formula 1 in 2007 and began to have high contracts, Lewis started with his collection. He even takes so much care of his cars that, according to the British media, when he doesn't want to take them back home, he has a tow truck that goes to pick them up at any restaurant, club, or any place where he is. When Hamilton renewed his contract for Mercedes for 2021, it was reported that he did so for an estimated amount of $54.8 million. Then when he extended his contract to 2023, no details were leaked about how much his salary would be for the next 2 seasons. However, he is still the highest paid on the grid. With that fortune, the Briton has this luxury garage. Pagani Zonda 760LH. To acquire it, he made an exclusive request to the Argentine designer and owner of the brand that he would only buy it if it was manufactured with the manual gearbox, unlike those made by the manufacturer. Because of this detail, the price of the car reached $2.1 million. Hamilton said it is one of the best sounding vehicles that he owns. Another request was for the exterior and interior to be purple. He had an accident with the vehicle in 2015, which caused significant damage to the engine. It has a 760 specification, so the Mercedes naturally aspirated V12 engine generates 760 horsepower. It is impressively aesthetic and has very sporty details, such as the rear spoiler or an amazing manual gearbox for maximum driving sensations. Without a doubt, one of the best Pagani. 1966 Shelby Cobra 427. It is one of the most coveted sports cars in the world. Each unit that goes on sale either directly or through auction disappears in a few minutes for a millionaire amount. He usually uses it on his vacations in North America, and has been seen on the Pacific Coast Highway in Los Angeles. The Shelby Cobra is one of the most replicated cars in history. So, having a 100% original 66 is within the reach of very few people. Lewis Hamilton has a 66 Shelby Cobra 427, completely original, with its classic black color and chrome. A true American icon. It has a 7-liter Ford V8 that generates 431 horsepower. Ferrari LaFerrari. Since his debut in F1, he has been Ferrari's great rival. But Lewis is the number one, thus, Mercedes could not stop him from indulging. And Lewis got the supercar from the Italian firm. This vehicle is one of the fastest cars that Hamilton owns. The Ferrari LaFerrari is a high-performance supercar. It sits at the top of the Ferrari range. It is the most powerful Ferrari of all those that can be driven on the road. It also has hybrid mechanics. On one hand, we have a 6.3 liters naturally aspirated V12 block that develops 800 horsepower. And on the other, we have a 163 horsepower electric motor coupled to a dual clutch automatic gearbox and 7 ratios. It was presented at the Geneva Motor Show 2013. It was first thought it was going to be called the Ferrari F70, finally ended up being called LaFerrari. This supercar is capable of doing 0 to 60 miles per hour in 2.4 seconds. reaching 300 kilometers per hour from a standstill in just 15 seconds before reaching the 347 kilometer per hour or 216 mile per hour top speed. Mercedes-Benz AMG Project One. Lewis already had his hands on a Project One in 2021, when it didn't even release until 2022. He was heavily involved in the production of the hybrid sports car that is capable of reaching a top speed of 347 kilometers per hour. The AMG ONE is a racing car allowed on the street. It is a hypercar equipped with technology directly derived from Formula One, such as a supercharged 1.6-liter V6 combustion engine, similar to the one used by the Mercedes-AMG F1 team. Thanks to its hybrid technology consisting of a combustion engine and 4 electric motors, it'll enjoy a combined power output close to 1,000 horsepower. And the name One refers to its unique character since, as the brand claims, no vehicle has ever brought the F1 experience so directly to the streets. In addition, its production will be limited to only 275 units, all of them sold since its presentation, at an estimated price of $2.6 million. Mercedes-AMG SL65 Black Series. It may not attract much attention, but this SL65 AMG Black Series is one of the most spectacular Mercedes of recent times. Its flared bodywork and fixed roof make it unique within the SL range. A model powered by a V12 block with more than 600 horsepower and a scary appearance. Wider, lower, and with very sporty details, it intimidates from the first moment. This car was a gift for winning the 2010 Abu Dhabi GP. The Black Series that Mercedes launched in the first decade of this century was the maximum exponent of performance and exclusivity within the brand. AMG only made 350 units of this model that enjoyed a powerful 6-liter twin-turbo V12 engine that was capable of delivering 670 horsepower and an incredible 1,200 Nm of torque, limited to 1,000 to ensure integrity of the 5-speed automatic gearbox. This has made it the most powerful Mercedes sports car to date. Mercedes-AMG SLS Black Series. Hamilton added this supercar to his garage probably because it was the fastest Mercedes in production. Replacing the Mercedes SLR McLaren, it was the first model developed entirely by the AMG Sports division. The body design tried to recreate the mythical Mercedes 300 SL, the Gullwing. The upward opening of the doors is one of the main peculiarities of this Mercedes, although a roadster body with conventional door opening was also offered. Mercedes' intention with the SLS AMG was supposed to compete with models such as the Ferrari 458 Italia or the most radical versions of the Porsche 911. Powered by a 6.2-liter V8 engine producing 622 horsepower, the SLS can reach a top speed of 315 km per hour, or 196 miles per hour. It also reaches 60 miles per hour in just 3 seconds. McLaren P1. Lewis Hamilton's McLaren P1 demonstrates very clearly his passion for cars, and for customizing them to his taste. Painted in a spectacular electric blue color, he could not miss a McLaren Ultimate Series in his collection. Hamilton made his debut in the McLaren team and was about to get a McLaren F1 LM for free, despite parting ways with the McLaren team in F1, with which he won the first of his titles in 2008. Hamilton must not have had a bad relationship with his former employers, because in 2015 he added a $2.7 million P1 to his collection. The P1 has a 3.8-liter twin-turbo V8 engine, which is coupled with an electric one, meaning that the supercar has a total output of 903 horsepower. It is fast and powerful, and can reach a top speed of 347 kilometers per hour, while doing 0 to 60 miles per hour in less than 2.7 seconds. 1967 Ford Mustang Shelby GT 500. The second classic car that is part of his collection. Hamilton purchased it customized from classic recreations of Oklahoma for an additional cost. At auction, these cars can fetch up to $1.1 million. Lewis has it in top condition, and it's doubtful that he will ever sell it. The 67 Mustang Shelby GT500 was the first model in the history of this brand collaboration and incorporated a fastback body, as well as a much more powerful engine, a 7-liter V8 block that delivered 360 horsepower and 569 Nm of torque. That is all sent directly to the rear wheels through a 4-speed manual gearbox. In total, only 2,048 units of this car were built.